Hey guys, what is good? Derek from Bomb Socks here with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So today I wanted to give you a little bit about the resources that are available to us as we're studying the Doctrine and Covenants this year. I know a lot of people don't like the Doctrine. I know that sounds weird. They don't like the Doctrine and Covenants. Maybe they're not as familiar with church history, and understanding church history is going to help you with your study of the Doctrine and Covenants this year. So what I wanted to show you, and this is going to be fairly brief today, but I wanted to show you just what is available to us. And if you go right to your Gospel Library app, all you got to do, you look at what is called Restoration and Church History is a section right here. And you click on it and you look and see all of the different things that are available to you. I just want to point out a couple of them to you today. The first one is right here. You click on Saints Volume 1. Oh, if you have not had an opportunity to read Saints yet, I would invite you to read Saints. Now, don't just take my invitation to read Saints. I want you to take someone got a little bit more clout than I do. Here's Elder Quentin L. Cook, who's going to help you understand the importance of Saints. So watch this.
The painting behind me depicts Nauvoo, Illinois in the United States. With its beautiful temple, Nauvoo was a signal achievement for the church. Sadly, the saints had to abandon their beautiful city and temple, but their story did not end there. You will experience church history as never before in a new account called Saints, the story of the Church of Jesus Christ in the latter days. I encourage you to read it. All the events in it are real. All the people are real. Like you and me, they struggled with weakness and adversity, overcoming great odds to build the kingdom. This book is filled with fascinating insights and facts that you may not know. The restoration continues today all around the world, in the hearts and minds of all who seek the truth. The story of the restoration does not stop in Nauvoo or North America, and neither does this history. When completed, Saints will include 4 volumes that chronicle the growth of this latter-day work across the face of the earth from 1820 to the present day. You can get it in print in the Gospel Library app, as an ebook, an audiobook, and online at saints.lds.org. In it, you will see the Lord's hand in the lives of His children. In it, you will see His grand latter-day work to restore His kingdom and fulfill His covenants. I invite you to read Saints and ponder the Lord's mercy and the majesty of His work portrayed in its pages.
Now, I love some of these words right here. Elder Cook said this. He said, I encourage you to read it. And he said also, I invite you to read Saints and ponder the Lord's mercy and the majesty of His work portrayed in His pages. I can promise you, as you read it, and I love the way it is. If you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. It's very much in a narrative state where it's almost like you're reading a novel. It's not like you're reading a history book. In fact, you've got books like History of the Church and other things like that. There, you've got your Journal of Discourses, and those are great. Those are very historical in nature. And if you're into that, that's fine. But Saints is more of a story. And I think it's written more for our day to help us understand church history. It doesn't take any creative license. It goes through and it lists very clearly where this comes from in church history, but it's written in narrative form. It introduces you to characters that you'll get to know, you'll get to love, you'll get to feel with as you're going through this. I promise you, you will get to love Joseph Smith just a little bit more as you're studying through Saints. You get to know Emma, you'll get to know Brigham Young, you'll get to know Heber C. Kimball, you get to know Parley P. Pratt, you'll get to know all of these individuals, and they become not just names on a paper, but they're individuals who you can fall in love with and you can empathize with. And so I love that about Saints. So that's one thing I would recommend to you is find a way to study Saints. And there's different ways. And as we're going through it this year, I will also introduce to you sections of Saints that you can read. And I may even read from Saints as well. I know we're keeping these short, but I may take some opportunities and some liberties to be able to read from Saints to help you understand where we're going with this. So that's one thing right there. The next thing thing I want to show you on this, there's a section here. It's called Doctrine and Covenants Study. So as you click on Doctrine and Covenants Study, it gives you 3 different things that are wonderful. There's one called Historical Resources, another one called Joseph Smith's Revelations, and then another one called Revelations in Context. And they all are similar, but they're very different, just depending upon your learning style. The one I like to use is called Revelations in Context. So as you click on Revelations in Context, it'll go through and it'll show you all through here. Like, for example, when we go into section 1 later this week. Now, section 1 is not given chronologically. We'll talk about that when we get there. So this one, you go all the way down, and there's one that is called William E. McClellan's 5 Questions. And that's going to take you right around to section 66, 67, right around that time period, which is chronologically where section 1 was written. And that'll give you the context of what's going on. Again, I really believe this firmly after having taught seminary for so many years. Understanding context will help you appreciate content. And so as you're going through these sections, you get to see, like I said last time, these real life situations involving real people. These revelations in context and the other things, saints as well, will help you understand these individuals and will give you the context necessary to help you appreciate the content. So I just wanted to remind you that these resources are available to you. I use them to understand. I would invite you to use them as well as you are studying the Doctrine and Covenants, and I'm going to try to utilize them as well as we're going through this. So anyway, I hope that helps you out. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing. We'll see you tomorrow with another aspect of studying church history. You guys are awesome. Godspeed. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.